Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a terrifying countdown of the top 10 most dangerous poisons in the world and exactly what they do inside your body. These substances are so deadly that even a drop, a grain, or sometimes just a breath is enough to cause catastrophic damage. Let's begin our journey into the world of toxicology, starting from number 10. At number 10, we have strychnine. This poison is a naturally occurring compound extracted from the seeds of the Strychnus nux vomica tree, also known as the poison nut tree. For centuries, it was used as a pesticide, particularly for rodents, but its mechanism is truly horrific. So how does it attack the body? Strychnine is a neurotoxin. It specifically targets the spinal cord, where it blocks the chemical signals that tell our muscles to relax. The result is a body-wide, uncontrollable spasm. Imagine every single muscle in your body contracting at once with maximum force. Victims remain fully conscious and aware, experiencing excruciating pain as their back arches and limbs contort violently. Death is not instantaneous. It usually results from asphyxiation as the respiratory muscles, including the diaphragm and chest muscles, become paralyzed in a state of contraction, making it impossible to breathe. Coming in at number 9 is cyanide. This is one of the most infamous and fast-acting poisons known to humanity. It can be found in various forms, including hydrogen cyanide gas and crystalline salts like potassium cyanide. You might have heard it has a distinct, bitter almond smell, but fun fact, not everyone can detect it due to a genetic trait. Cyanide's deadly power lies in its ability to halt cellular respiration. It specifically targets an enzyme in our mitochondria, the powerhouses of our cells, and shuts down their ability to use oxygen. So, even if you are breathing perfectly normally and your lungs are full of air, your cells are suffocating from the inside out. Your body is starved of the energy it needs to function. The brain and the heart, which have the highest oxygen demands, are the first to fail. Within minutes, the victim can experience dizziness, headache, and rapid heartbeat, quickly followed by convulsions, respiratory failure, and cardiac arrest. It's a swift and brutal shutdown of the body's most essential processes. This poison is extracted from the beans of the castor oil plant, Ricinus communis. In fact, ricin is estimated to be thousands of times more deadly than cyanide. So what makes it so dangerous? Ricin is a cytotoxic poison, meaning it kills cells. Once inside the body, it enters individual cells and attacks their ribosomes. Ribosomes are like the tiny factories inside our cells responsible for making proteins, which are essential for virtually every biological function. By disabling these factories, ricin stops protein production cold. This process creates a domino effect. As cells die off, organs begin to fail, and eventually, the complete shutdown of vital organs like the liver, spleen, and kidneys. At number 7, we find a classic poison that has been the weapon of choice for assassins for centuries. Arsenic. This naturally occurring element is found in minerals and can contaminate groundwater in certain regions. Its reputation as the king of poisons is well-earned due to its odorless, tasteless nature, making it easy to conceal in food or drink. Arsenic wreaks havoc on the body in multiple ways. It's a metabolic poison that interferes with cellular energy production, similar to cyanide, but through a different mechanism. It also disrupts hormone signaling and directly damages red blood cells, impairing their ability to carry oxygen. Acute arsenic poisoning leads to severe abdominal pain, vomiting, and diarrhea, causing extreme dehydration. The heart's rhythm becomes dangerously irregular, and the combination of dehydration and cellular damage leads to shock and organ collapse. While large doses can kill within hours, chronic, low-level exposure is just as sinister, leading to cancers, skin lesions, and neurological damage over time. Now we enter the realm of radiological terror with number 6, polonium-210. This is a rare, highly radioactive isotope. It's so potent that a single gram of polonium-210, if distributed effectively, could theoretically kill millions of people. It's not a poison you'd just stumble upon. It's produced in nuclear reactors. Its danger comes from the alpha radiation it emits. Unlike other forms of radiation, alpha particles can't penetrate skin, so polonium-210 is harmless outside the body. But if it's ingested or inhaled, it becomes one of the most lethal substances imaginable. Once inside, it circulates through the body, lodging in soft tissues. This is like setting off microscopic explosions that shred cellular structures and shatter DNA beyond repair. The first signs are similar to severe radiation sickness: nausea, vomiting, and hair loss. This is followed by the systematic destruction of the bone marrow, the liver, the kidneys, and the gastrointestinal tract. It is a slow, agonizing death from the inside out. Yes, this is the very same substance used in cosmetic procedures like Botox. It is produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum, which can thrive in improperly canned or preserved foods. Botulinum toxin works by preventing the release of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that signals muscles to contract. Essentially, it severs the connection between your nerves and your muscles. This causes a progressive, descending paralysis. The symptoms typically start at the head, with blurred vision, drooping eyelids, and difficulty speaking or swallowing. The paralysis then marches steadily downwards, affecting the arms, the legs, and finally, the respiratory muscles. The victim remains fully conscious as their body becomes completely limp, unable to move, and ultimately, unable to breathe. Death occurs from respiratory failure when the diaphragm and chest muscles stop working entirely. Creeping in at number 4 is tetrodotoxin, or TTX. This potent neurotoxin is famously found in the organs of pufferfish, which is a delicacy known as fugu in Japan. It's also present in some species of blue-ringed octopus, newts, and frogs. Like botulinum toxin, tetrodotoxin is all about paralysis, but it uses a different method. Our nerves fire signals by allowing sodium ions to rush into the nerve cell through tiny channels. Tetrodotoxin physically blocks these sodium channels, like putting a cork in a bottle. With these channels plugged, nerves cannot fire. No signals can be sent. The result is a rapid and complete paralysis. The victim may first feel a tingling or numbness in the lips and tongue, which quickly spreads throughout the body. They become completely paralyzed, unable to move a single muscle, unable to speak, and crucially, unable to breathe. The most horrifying aspect of tetrodotoxin poisoning is that it does not cross the blood-brain barrier. This means the victim is often fully conscious and aware of everything that is happening, trapped inside a body that no longer responds. At number 3 is a poison created not by nature, but by humans for a single, sinister purpose: the VX nerve agent. This is one of the deadliest synthetic chemical weapons ever developed. It's an oily, amber-colored liquid with no taste or smell, and it is incredibly persistent, meaning it doesn't evaporate or break down quickly. Just a single drop absorbed through the skin is enough to kill an adult. VX works by causing the nervous system to go into overdrive. It inhibits an enzyme that is supposed to break down acetylcholine, the on switch for muscle contraction. Without this enzyme, acetylcholine builds up in the synapses, causing nerves to fire continuously and uncontrollably. The body systems are completely overloaded. Symptoms start within minutes and include profuse sweating, constricted pupils, and uncontrollable muscle twitching. This escalates to convulsions, total paralysis, and ultimately death from respiratory failure, as the muscles controlling breathing become exhausted and stop functioning. Now for our runner-up at number 2, metatoxin. This is the most potent non-protein poison known to science, and it comes from the ocean. It is produced by a type of plankton called Gambir discus toxicus. When fish eat this plankton, the toxin accumulates up the food chain and can cause a severe form of food poisoning in humans called ciguatera. But metatoxin itself is on another level of toxicity. Its method of attack is brutally simple and devastatingly effective. It targets calcium channels in our cell membranes. Metatoxin essentially rips these calcium channels wide open, allowing a massive, uncontrolled flood of calcium ions into the cells. They swell up and burst. Heart muscle cells are particularly vulnerable. It is one of the fastest and most powerful cardiotoxins in existence. The most dangerous poison known to exist is a variant of an old foe, botulinum toxin type H. Discovered relatively recently, this substance is so incredibly toxic that its genetic sequence was initially kept private by scientists out of fear it could be weaponized. A single injection of just a couple of billionths of a gram could be lethal to an adult. However, its potency is unmatched. It binds to nerve endings with an efficiency that is off the charts, shutting down the nervous system so completely. There is currently no effective antitoxin available for type H, making it not only the most potent, but also one of the most untreatable poisons ever identified. From natural neurotoxins to man-made radiological agents, these poisons prove that nature and science hold substances far more deadly than anything in fiction. Their mechanisms show just how fragile the complex chemistry of our bodies really is. And if you found this deep dive fascinating, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more science-based breakdowns like this one.